Come try ya!
There we go. And now you should hear me. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. Oof. How are you guys doing? It's been such a rush. We can have this music up. There we go. I have seen Marks, the very first. Congratulations, Marks. And Prof, welcome back. And Mercury Bard, Probakis, as well as, I'm missing somebody. Brain. Detail Devil, hello. Welcome on in, guys. Well, Latte? Apologies, I have a desperate kitten right now. It's a bit of our fault because we were out in the afternoon and we literally just got back and then I sat here and we ignored him. He'll settle down. Anyway, guys, how are you doing? Let me see. This is too loud in my ears. That's probably too loud in your ears too, isn't it? Sorry. That's probably enough. Tell me how it is for you guys. I mean, it is the Morrowind music, so technically we would love to just have it blast through the speakers. Is it worth losing your hearing over? I don't know. You tell me. As you can see, I got the CS opened, but I have a very good reason. That's good background music. I'm glad you agree. I have excellent reason. Joseph, hello. It's a bit on the low side, but it's appropriate right now. If at any point I actually shut up, I'll increase the volume on the music, but no promises. I have a disgusting thing on my screen, which I can fix by making myself blind. Totally, even then. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Anyway, yes. I know the title says Corsair with Latte, but hear me out, guys. Just hear me out. 3 days ago, Vegeto sent me the voices for Latte, and I've already shared that on Discord and on YouTube, so you have an idea just how gorgeous they are. Then the following day, Sealove sent me the dungeon for the quest, and then the day after that, Vvardenfell Storm Sage sent me the house for Latte. And since then, I actually haven't had time to, and that's not true. I can't say I haven't had time, but I had a cold. It's just a cold. It's a stupid cold. But it did knock me out a little bit, and I didn't mod nearly as much as I wanted to. And so now I so want to play with Latte as a companion, but I know that Latte is not ready. I've added the voices, I have added Sealove's dungeon, I have added the house as well, and I'll show you all of that. However, this is my dungeon, so yeah. It's a corridor that leads to a room. That's it. I'm just not good at making dungeons. Like, I don't particularly enjoy creating the shell. I don't particularly enjoy detailing everything. So I was like, boom, boom, bam. There you go. There you have it. But let me show you Sealove's dungeon. And you'll understand why I feel that I have to return to my dungeon, and we'll go with the light, so it's not nearly as atmospheric as it actually is. There it is. The detailing or the making the dungeon. This is Sealove's dungeon, and you can sort of guess that it's actually, it plays, you enter here, you go down, you turn, you go down, you continue going down, and then there's this very big dive that takes you to this lovely area. Look at the details. Look at the details on this. Those rocks are lovely, by the way. OAAB, I assume. This has nearly, it's got a little more than 2,000 references. I mean, let's just start at the door. Just that. This is the door. This is that. There we go. This is what you see, and it's obviously it's a lot prettier in game. That's just a corridor, a passage, and look at the amount of details. Like all of these extra rocks. To be fair, Melchior and the Of Ash and Blight team have done an amazing job adding really useful models such as these, where you see how where you get different rocks like that. So you can put a shell like a big room, and then you can sort of mold it to something more unique, adding those, and it adds, you know, so much if you compare to any Bethesda dungeon. It's just crazy. We will go in game to see the dungeon, Jester. We will definitely, because I'm also going to tweak one. Sure, you see this is one block with many rocks, so it's not, but still there's so many references, like placing those little mushrooms. This one seems to have been, this one is put like the detail. So after looking at this, I was like, okay, my dungeon that is corridor down, corridor down, corridor down, room, and nothing else. I feel like maybe I should make a bit of an effort and try to add something. And then I want to show you also the house for Latte. Vadenfell Storm Sage made a cave dwelling. That's what I asked him for, a Khajiit sage. And all I need to do for it is add containers, just in case the player wants to actually live there. We need storage, we need display, so that's what I'm gonna add. Do you want to take a look right now? Are you very curious to take a look at this dungeon? Because I'm not going to change anything. We can take a look, because the construction set just doesn't do it justice. And the best part, there are so many little hidden treasures hidden there and there. Hey Variel, welcome on in. I still hope we can have more variety, especially the floor and the ceiling rock. Yeah, true. All right, so I'm going to save that. I haven't done anything really since, but never mind. And we're going, you know that I haven't had much time to do everything I need to do when my desktop is this is horrible. You also know I've been doing things not absolutely necessary when you see that I've made a beautiful emoticon for my Discord of a yawning latte. You can't always be extremely productive, okay? So yeah. What do we want to do? We want to go and take a look at Sea Love's dungeon. So we're gonna go. I do have MO2 ready, but that's for my Corsair. Now we're going to my modding install of Morrowind, which is where I can, you know, mod and then test the mod. So all I need is right mash. Muppy. Right mash go. My desktop is almost full, so don't almost full. I don't like it. I really don't like it. We have, I suppose this one, I've cleaned it, we might as well go for it. Theoretically, there's one model that I haven't added to my mod, but we should be fine. without it, I think. Let's find out. I chose Slay the Spire as one of my prizes of modding money, so I've been spending time playing that. I absolutely adore Slay the Spire. In fact, the first time I played it was on stream. And I didn't do too badly on stream, and I was like, okay, cool. And then when I played it again, it was a catastrophe, and I was unable to win a game for a very, very long time. So I'm guessing you enjoy it as well. Which characters have you tried so far? Oh, you remembered me playing it. Finally, I am fulfilling my role as an influencer. What do I want to do? Quick save is fine. It is true, I have. Ooh, okay, not quick save then. We'll do something from a clean save. Okay. So, Sealoft's dungeon. I only have the sword guy, the assassin, and the robot unlocked. You're still missing, there's a fourth one, right? The fourth one is quite hard to play. I'm a dumb influencer. A little bit better than a dumb influencer, but then again, hang on. I'll tell you everything. If I load this right now, you see our favorite. I'm pointing at my screen like it helps you. You see the guy in the thumbnail. If I load my game right now, he's gonna be naked. We don't want that. We don't want to shock you. It's because, there we go. We need this. Now we can load the game. Nick, hello. I will have a nice time Morrowinding, actually modding Morrowind. Morrowind modding, I guess. Not sure about your inner lore here, but it seems quite nice. What do you mean about my inner lore? Who is Latte? Are you playing? Ah. Alors, Latte is Khajiit. But the name doesn't sound Khajiiti at all. I realize that. But Latte is a Khajiit, a sub-race of the Khajiit that is based on my cat. My cat is named Latte. It's not exactly a Morrowind name, I realize that, but headcanon. Your inner lore, that's nice. And we want to go to see Sealoft's cave. I could run then, but like in the game, during the quest with this companion Khajiit called Latte, you get riddles that tell you where to go. So I don't want to show you where it is, because that would spoil it effectively. So instead, if I do this, that will do. All right. Right now, hang on. I have the Ring of Azura, so it's extremely bright. There we go. This is where it starts. Just there. Stop. That's it. Eye candy. Confirmed. Can we see the real Latte? Currently... There. Currently the real Latte is sitting on top of his double IKEA box. That's why we don't get rid of boxes. We go, yeah, that's a kitten tower right there. At some point he'll come to the window and I'll put the camera there. I choose Planescape Torment for a price. I only played it for 2 hours, then Zoom-a-me just can't stand it anymore. Yes, a lot of the assets are OAAB, especially some of the extra rock, like the original cave is possibly vanilla, but all those smaller rocks, Sealoft uses a lot of ashes and blight. I mean, just this is so pretty. Planescape Torment, I actually played it for a few hours as well. a couple of times, like I got out of the first place a couple of times. I absolutely love the skull. Morte, I think he's just funny. And then I got to the little town around it. Like, I like the gameplay. I know the story is so good. The thing that was troubling me is the fact that you cannot do everything. You have branching paths, and I'm like so obsessed with finding the best path, or I'm so afraid of shutting down a whole quest line that I'm paralyzed with the choices, and like I feel uncomfortable making every single choice in the dialogues because I think it's probably going to close something for me, and I have no chance of going back and exploring it later, and so on and so forth. So I don't like that aspect, and I know that we like, consequences, choices matter sort of things. I want my choices to matter. Look at can you see the specks of dust flying in the sunlight? It's lovely. And this game is 20 years old. This is my modding installed, meaning I have 0 texture replacers and I have 0 shaders. This is just vanilla textures with modded items. So yeah, Planescape Torment, I didn't go very far either. I was like, what if I miss a companion? Back in the days, me and pals kept making fun of FPS only player like Q3TA or CS. Oh, CS is Counter-Strike, I know that. Q3 Quake, 3 Tournament. I don't know. You'll have to tell me if Q3 is Quake. Telling them the game name is Planescape Torment. Yeah, this is vanilla textures. But some of the assets, like this, is OAAB, the rocks. All right, shall we go down? Quake 3 Team Arena. Okay, I had the first 2. Look at that. In this dungeon, all I've done is add a couple of golden saints and make the loot a little varied. Look at the details. I like this. I really like this route. See the route that sort of goes around the rock? I like that. I use Mob Project Atlas intelligent textures for modding base. Yeah. Honestly, intelligent textures, especially with the latest update, is really gorgeous. Really, 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 really gorgeous. I know there's a bit of a debate if matte or intelligent textures is better. Honestly, I think they both enhance the game. I think I prefer intelligent texture because it's a bit closer to vanilla. But then again, see all these rocks here. This is one model of Ashes and Blight. Like, if we were trying to achieve this with vanilla models, it would take forever. There's lots of verticality. I'll have to send a message to Dark Elf Guy and say, "Dag, look at my mod. It's a quest mod with a companion, but there's verticality in it." They were saying Met was better for a while, but then IT updated again. Those AI upscaling things on the horizon look exciting. I mean, generally speaking, AI can do tons of impressive things. A big difference, I think, from Met and IT. I think Met is 100% upscaling, like AI upscaling, whereas IT, Remiros then goes in and manually edit and improves the textures. So if only for the fact that there's actual human labor in it, actually Met might have. Tell me if I'm wrong, okay? just because there's actually a person editing the textures and improving them and making choices about, oh, I'm going to use this, I'm going to put some noise there, or whatever it is that it goes with that mod. Just for that, I would lean more towards it. Are we very impressed with this? Yep, it's vertical. There's no doubt it's vertical. Like, you can look up and down. There's still ways to go in both directions. Cold Archive guy, it's vertical. It really is vertical. Yeah. Generally speaking, I really like what AIs can do. But the idea of just getting an AI to do it and say, okay, this is good. No, like, I like it if then we look at it and we say, all right, this is a really good start. We have a good basis for work. Let's see how we can improve it. Us people. All right, now this is the part. Hang on. What about this part here? Can I? Sealoffs asked me, can I put verticality? And I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Is this a different part, or does this take us back to the beginning? It's a different part. You see, in the construction set, I didn't spot this one. I didn't see this one. It's just, what can I say? It's just pretty, like, hey, Alondro. How are you doing? As a base, yeah. Print screen. I was like, this dungeon, you can make 50 screenshots and they all look like, look at that water. Also, now hang on. This effect is from of Ashen Blight, and it's lovely. So now that I found this bit, is there a treasure? There's a barrel. Let me go to that barrel. Interesting. The loot in here is randomized to some extent. There's like 2 barrels, 2 crates, 1 urn, and maybe 2 chests. That's it. And then the loot is randomized a little bit by wares. So here I would get 1 or 2 pieces of armor, 1 or 2, that would be, this is modded armor, vanilla, like a mixture of things. So that if you have other mods like Where's a Where mod, you could find loot added by that armor mod that you love. You could find, sorry, some of it here. So that was a little secret cave. Okay, good. Are we ready to... Look at this, it's gorgeous. Are we ready to take the plunge? No. I have God mod on, so I wouldn't die, but... You know, it's still scary. There are 2 golden saints, and that's it. Ultimately, this... there's one. Ultimately, there's 2 things why I don't want to put enemies or too many enemies in there. The first one is because this is like a lovely handcrafted dungeon, and I think the value of this dungeon is to look around, look through all nooks and crannies, try to find, you know, a chest, a hidden section. And if you look at that's something that I love with this dungeon as well. If you look at the minimap, it tells you absolutely nothing, which is great. Like, you're on your own. So this is the sort of dungeon that you like. It's exploration. Exploration is the name of the game with this dungeon, I feel. I put exactly. I did put the 2 golden signs because this is actually a hidden shrine to Sheogorath and it fits with the story and blah blah blah. And you go there when you're level 20. So it's not like, you know, a death trap or anything. But yes. And I don't want to discover, like I found a barrel that I hadn't found. Yay! I found another thing. Ew, a what? Spirit of the Netch. Neat. Like every time you play it's going to be different. It's going to be 1 accessory and then 2 gemstones, but it changes all the time. Do you usually make new coffee? Something. I have no coffee. Aurel is trying to hide behind my monitor. Thank you for the sound of coffee. Now for the actual coffee.
Did you want something?
I would love a cup of coffee, please.
No.
A cup of latte.
He's right here. Look, he's right here.
So do I make unique loot for the dungeons? I used to. I really used to. Now I prefer to use wares because then the loot is random. So if I take a wares list for enchanted items, I know the player is going to get an enchanted item. If they only have the basic wares, they're going to have an enchanted item from the base game, which, you know, is fine. But if they have any other mods, FCOD, like any of the other mods that work with wares, then they could get any of those items as well, which I find really exciting. And then on top of that, if you have drip, like even if you find a plain iron cuirass, there's a 2% chance that there could be something. So that's the way it is. I do agree the static loot is what makes Morrowind better than Oblivion, for example. So I do get the static loot a lot, and I like that. I like to be rewarded by finding something. But I prefer nowadays I prefer to have wares where the loot is based on the player's mod list. Like I like the dynamic aspect of it, if that makes sense. Obviously, the fact that you can enter any dungeon, explore the whole thing and come out with nothing but bone meal, and then you go to the next one and you found that incredible glass sword that's there for you don't know any reason, is amazing. It's an amazing feeling. I totally dig that. But with wares, I also totally dig the fact that I could get an item from a mod that is not this mod. I like that very much as well. But static loot is what makes Morrowind exploration 200% times better than Oblivion. Maybe 300. Oh, there's another one here. She's swimming. And this is the end of the dungeon. There's a place for both cool artifacts and a bit of lore can be static, but I love finding unexpected random stuff too. That's exactly it. There's a place for both. If a game like Oblivion only has a level list for enemies and they all wear glass armor when you hit level 20, and level list for loot, and you can find anything anywhere, it's like, what was the point? If it's only hand-placed things, then you just know, ooh, hang on, this cave, I need to go in there because there's that ebony short sword. And then once you've played the game, you don't get the surprise. So having both. Yes, it is Sheogorath. In the quest with my companion, there's something going on with Azura and Sheogorath. I don't want to spoil the story too much, but there it is. This is Sealove's dungeon. And this is a quest item, but I'm not telling you anything about it. Now this face, if you're curious how it's happening, Go, there it is. You have the whole statue behind, and it's just the head sticking out. I remember the archive guy saying in one of his showcase video that people don't like level creatures in mods, but I was never able to find an explanation why. Many people just go too far in the other direction since Oblivion generated so much more to randomness. Yeah, I think it might, like, honestly, I don't like Oblivion for that. It's definitely one of the many, like one of the few negative aspects of the game. The fact that even the loot is completely random. Like, what's the point going to one cave or another? You could find anything anytime. It's a matter of balance. I think it's a matter of balance. And leveled enemies, well, it depends. Do you want your dungeon to be playable by anyone, or do you want it to happen at a given time? Do you want the player to die in there, so they reload and they say, I'll come back later, and they never come back? Here I know that the players have to be level 20, so good. You will never feel the progression of your character if your enemy is leveled with you. Definitely. Morrowind, again, Morrowind. Hey, Skink. Let's go for a top view. And revel in the beauty. Look at that. Thank you. With extra cinnamon on top. You want to move him on the window?
Happy. I don't have no more, but happy get done.
You're depriving the whole internet of seeing a lovely.
If he complains,
Yeah.
it'll be your fault.
Loki, Timbo, hello, welcome on in. And I've seen Variel. Oh, Variel, I've seen you before. Gats, I knew I saw a different name. Welcome on in as well. The kitten transplant has happened. And he's settled down, you see?
Not quite.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
You wanna tell
Did
me?
I? Oh, the second camera is unplugged. Yoop.
You wanna tell me how much the camera sees?
If I want to tell you what?
How much the camera sees the...
The camera sees nothing right now. There's a Velcro right here behind me and I keep getting stuck in it. It's annoying. Honestly. Let me catch up with you guys. Pum pum pum. Fighting rats and goblins at max level is so annoying in Oblivion. It's just really annoying when everybody gets stronger with you. Morrowind, you have some hand-placed creatures, some leveled creatures, and then depending on the mods you install, like Friends and Foes, is all with level list. And let's go deactivate here. It's all level list, but what I've done is when the player is level 5, you can have enemies from up to level 10, and then anything and anywhere between level 10 and level 1. If you are level 10, you can have enemies anywhere between level 1 and level 20. So, yeah. It can be deadly. I'll be right back. Let me tweak the camera. And then do a clever zoom. There you go. I can see the tip of your fingers. Everyone, this is Aurel. No, not the hairy one. The hand. There you go. Enjoy Latte for as long as he wants to be there. Then it will be done. That will be it. Still, at least hand-to-hand was done better. Hand-to-hand was only viable at very high level in Morrowind, and mostly it was just there to be funny as hell. Level hand, I agree, is in Morrowind, it levels up too quick. That's one thing, so you can level up very quickly with it. But it's such a pain. Like, I don't like when like, you punch them, okay, you punch them, right? And then they fall down, and you have to keep punching them until they die, and I find that so unnecessarily cruel. Like, I wish that once you've punched them down and you know, maybe their health is halfway, you can finish them off. Like, they can't, they're completely defenseless anyway. Anyway, so wow, okay. So hand-to-hand is something that would need to be improved. To my knowledge, there aren't too many mods that make hand-to-hand better in Morrowind. There's the old Morrowind Enhanced that adds combo, which is fun if you like combos. Some people find it too gamey. There is an old Fliggerty mod that did a couple of things. It increased the damage based on something, I forgot what. Maybe your strength. But also, after a while, when you had been punching lots of things, you would hurt your fingers and you would have to heal so that you can punch again. Which I liked on paper. In the game, really, it means you had to get a cheap healing spell that you can use and cast after every combat. So, like, in terms of gameplay, it didn't add a lot. But hey, I prefer Morrowind's method of solving level, for sure. Not a fan of Skyrim and loads of Oblivion. Skink? You? Yes, it's just something that you just, you know, stick on the glass, and he likes it there. It's comfy. I can see him. I just go, oops, like that, and I can see him. That's, you know, if I don't have the camera there. And he can see what's happening outside, and so yeah. Friends and Foes gave me a battle with an entire kiss of vampires on the road to Margan. They can spawn vampires, but like more than one. Actually, I did have a script that would spawn between 1 and 4, and I removed it mostly because it would do weird things. It was probably the biggest challenge I've had in Morrowind in quite some times. You're welcome. You're welcome. Gothic 1 and 2 have the best level scaling of any RPG, hands down. Haven't played them. They force me to be a dude, and I find that really, really hard. Miss Gutter, hello. Hi, how are you doing? I'm catching up with the chat, guys. I'm catching up. Hi, Hand. And then in Skyrim, smithing and enchanting let you outpace the enemies to... Yes. Like, the addition of crafting is something most people enjoy. But then if you're willing to cheese it for a little bit, you can get really, really powerful quick. So I do like this jumper, but I've got those things here, and they keep on clinking and clanking against my desk. It's very annoying. Let's try like this. If you could just handcuff the Ogrim and turn him to the police, do you think that would work? Do we need a mod for that? I think soul trapping is the fantasy equivalent of that. Fair enough, yeah. That's a really lovely mechanic, soul trapping, by the way. I once experimented with command spells, a companion recall mod, and teleporting enemies into prison cells. That sounds like fun. I have never played Morrowind. Someday maybe I will need to mod it, probably. Miss Gutter, I agree with you. I love Morrowind. Love, 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 love. Love Morrowind, but vanilla Morrowind is a bit rough. Like, it's a 20-year-old game and it feels it, really. Even if you can get over the graphics, which, well, graphics is a matter of taste, so might like it, might not like it. Yeah. So I would recommend, if you want to play Morrowind with the closest feel to a vanilla experience, without some of the vanilla unpleasantness and you want 0 mods, like you don't want to mod the game basically, then I would really recommend Open Morrowind or OpenMW, where you install Morrowind, you still need to have the game Morrowind, then you unzip OpenMW and you start Morrowind through OpenMW and you're done. And right there you get quite a few quality of life improvements while retaining the essential Morrowind. Then depending on your taste, you might want to add mods to improve the graphics, to add skills, to tweak things, but I wouldn't go crazy on that until you've played the game for a bit and you go like, oh, that thing I can't stand, I need to mod it, and I go for it. Morrowind has by far the best world building and main quest out of the later Elder Scrolls edition. Blocky, would you say that the Daggerfall main quest is superior to the Morrowind main quest? You need to play Gothic. Honestly, Morrowind is my love because of modding, but Gothic 1 and 2 are the superior game. Superior game. Even though I have to be a dude? Like, it's harsh. It's harsh being a... You know, and I like customizing my character. I like character creation. Hang on. I did start Gothic 2? I'll have to check. Alright, back in the game. Actually, that's the cave. I think somebody, Jester, I think that was you, that asked me how long it took me to do this. It took me nothing at all. I did not mod that. It's Sealov who created that for me. Oh, we can quit. To give you an idea of Sealov's mod, he's currently... No, too many. I can't keep up, guys. Currently, I think most people would agree that Sealov is one of the, if not the best modder when it comes to creating dungeons. This is a cave mine. And like the detail of it, like, again, exploration. Oh no, it's not my level. I can only wish. Look at that. This is nuts. It's huge. It's tall. There's so much going on. Hey, Silov, you're there. Did you hear all the nice things I said? And all the bad? No, there were no bad things. The one I've just shown. I'm not surprised. Like, I can show you again my dungeon there. No, this is yours. That didn't take me a week, clearly, but I don't think, like, even if I had a week, you tell me, you know what? Forget about work. Forget about chores. All you have to do this week is make a dungeon. I don't think I would. There's another one of Silov's dungeon. Oh, the screenshots barely do it justice. It's just like this time we did visit it during the live stream. The egg mine took months, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, but it's gorgeous. These, actually, Silov, since you're there, because they asked me if I added enemies to your dungeon, and I did put 2 golden saints like guarding the place, but I didn't put other dungeons because I feel that other creatures, because I feel that the point of the dungeon is to explore, to look around, find every nook and cranny, not to fight. So I didn't add enemies. And in this one, I don't think you added a lot of enemies either, actually. Oh, gosh, look at that. So yes, if you're looking for beautiful looking dungeon mods with, you know, atmosphere, just do what I did. You go there and you can download everything. This is not a dungeon, but it's so pretty too. So yeah, but not that many if you compare it with if you take the biggest dungeon in Morrowind. All right, so now, as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, after looking at this beauty, and then, what's the name of mine? What's the name of my dungeon? I forgot. This is pathetic. After looking at my dungeon, I was like, come on, you have to try and do something, add a little, just a little something, so it doesn't look so sad. Concealed cave, I called it. So this is mine. It's not the same size. And like, I never intended to do something big. Like, really, all I wanted was a place for the portal with some crabs coming out of it. So, yeah. And I feel I've added quite a bit of details and stuff. And I'm sort of going for a green-brown sort of place. Which is why I have not used any sort of, you know, the blue mushrooms. And arguably those blue mushrooms, they just look gorgeous in the cave with the blue mushrooms as a light source. It's beautiful, but since there's already Sea Love's Dungeon that does that beautifully, I made this one before, mind you, but even then, there's quite a few beautiful mods. If you look at Melchior's robes, Mage's Robe, that's the name of the mod, that has just a quest with a gorgeous cave as well, and also verticality all you want, and it's got those mushrooms and the light sources, and it's beautiful. So I didn't want to try to emulate those because I couldn't. So instead I was like, okay, let's go, this isn't the Bitter Coast, let's go for a Bitter Coast but not a blue sort of theme. That's the idea, I guess. Her current character is a freebooter. Oh yes, thank you for answering, Phil. Hi. We are going to play, my character is a Corsair, but really it's an excuse to play with the companion mod, and I need to finish my dungeon to show you the companion. Then again, you could hear the voices. You want to hear the best Khajiit voice ever. Yes, it's freebooter. It's a Khajiit. It's a Khajiit character. Never paid a septim for boots. I'm a freebooter. No boots for me. Thank you very much. Alright, let's go take a look at this so I can decide what to do with it. And I will also show you the house that Vadenfell Storm Sage made. Again, like, let's go inside. It's called Cave Dwelling. You should never look at any cell after looking at something that Sea Love has made, because you go, but oh my god, this is empty. It's not empty, it's it's just normal. Let's go without the light. I haven't done, what have I done with this? I've added the door. Big deal. I've added the door. I've replaced Vadenfell Storm Sage had put some blue lights, and I didn't want to have blue accents for the reasons that I mentioned. So I've changed them to some soft yellow lights, because this whole section was very blue and this is more, you know, yellow and brown. And then the only thing I've done is, because this is in the West Gash, so I've added roots towards the entrance, because if you look at where the place is, it says Bitter Coast, but it's actually in the West Gash. There. You might recognize this place. Caldera is to the left. This is the Blade Trainer. And this arch actually exists in the game. All I've done is add some rocks to sort of make it a deeper entrance. I also like this area here. I think if you have Ashfall, that's a you know, like this would be a good place to put your wood storage, because you're outside but you have shelter. So there. And you see we have this big, actually there aren't too many rocks there. The trees, I thought there was a tree. I might have to add a tree. I'm gonna add a tree to justify the roots in my dungeon. I think that's what I'm gonna. Why are there ninja monkeys? You don't know the ninja monkeys? This is a leveled creature. And here, these are the creatures that can spawn here. So it's sort of like a placeholder, because it doesn't show, like if I take any creature, if I pull out a rat, it's gonna look like a rat. But when you have leveled creatures, this is what you get. I haven't placed those, they are vanilla and I haven't moved them. Like I've tried really, really hard to have, to leave essentially no fingerprints. 7th Monday, Children of Radiation, hello. So yeah, this is the arch here is vanilla. These two guys are vanilla. I've just added the door and some more rocks to sort of complete. You've never seen them before. They're sort of a iconic among modders, which is admittedly a rather small community. How's it going, 7th Monday? Ah, hot. Good, but hot. Latte's got his face pressed against the window again. All right, let's take a look in game. I want to see my little dungeon. I have added Flora, and I want to go into Latte's home as well. Like I need to be there to see what I want to do with it. I've added those, which is fine. I think we'll see, you know, the result in game. One thing that I absolutely love that Vvardenfell Storm Sage did, because Latte is a simple character, right? And he lives in a cave, not a palace. And I really like that 100% of the furniture is crates. So the lids of the crates serve as tray. Obviously open crates can be storage, but also like shelves and tables. It looks super cozy, yes. Even though the space is pretty big, you'll see. So I want to add containers and display areas because I like to store things and display things. At the same time, I'm like, I don't want to ruin the vibe of it. Like, it's just crates. It's furniture made out of crates. So yeah, we'll take a look and you'll tell me what you think. Hey David, lovely to see you again. We'll take a look. You'll tell me what you think. If you have ideas, feel free to, you know, share. Easter egg. In this, I've added Latte has a unique armor that you cannot you can take it from him, but you cannot equip. When you get to Latte's house, you can get a set of the armor for yourself. And I've added, I'm not sure they're gonna stay here. I've added these. This is Latte, Maki, and Yato. I'm overly proud of this, okay? Don't judge me. And I really like them. This is Latte, and I kind of like that face, but Latte always smiles and he's got the puffy cheeks, so this is Latte. She's adorable. And let's face it, I've given Latte some 20 quests. Some of them are really small. It's like, give me 100 gold and take me to the trainer. Okay, so this is the tiniest sort of quest you can think of, but he's got about 20 different things, like 25 actually. 20. Let's go with 20. Every time you level up, he says, oh, and there's so that the progression and the story continues with Latte as you level up. And that took me a lot of time. I don't think I have it in me to come up with a story and a quest for 2 other NPCs. And second Easter egg. This little fellow is the actual Latte as a kitten. Now, well, you see him as a bit... He's not fat, okay? It's the fur. It's fat fur. That's it. They're like my cat Tatiana. Sort of, yeah, the little ears, they're... When Latte was very young, and he had those little tufts, and we're like, no matter what you do, Latte, when you grow up, you have to keep those. And he has, like, his face has grown around the ears, basically, but he still has them. So there, that's just little Easter eggs. And this one is called Latte 6 weeks, 12 weeks. That's when we got him. That's it. Let's go in game. Let's go take a look at this and the other dungeon, and I'd love to get your feedback, good or bad. Like I'm you know, just tell me what you don't like. I might tell you, well, tough luck, I like it, and I win. But sometimes there are things that you just don't see, especially when you go in the game and you test and you test and you test. At some points you just glaze over things and you see nothing at all. So we'll go here. Nothing has happened here. And let's go first to my little dungeon. Please lower your expectations right now, okay? I shouldn't have started by showing you Sea Love's dungeon. That was a terrible mistake. I should have shown you mine and you would have gone, oh yeah, that's pretty, that's lovely, that's cute. And then show you how it's done properly. But I would have had all my compliments first. Now, well, it's gonna be different. And I forgot what I called mine. Icro, welcome back. What did I call my dungeon? Hidden Cave, I think I call it Hidden Cave. No, I didn't. Unmarked Cave. No, Unmarked Cave is Sea Love's. Concealed Cave. Here we go. Yeah. All right, let's go and get rid of the enemies so we can see. Well, already I feel that the lighting is too orange. So I'm gonna make the place completely dark. For sure. I would want the place to be completely dark, to have a little bit of light. You can't really see it. I put a very small amber colored light from the mushrooms. So only green and brown basically are my colors. Let's get rid of you. I'm on the fence about this. Tell me what you think. I want some lighting and I want it to be Daedric inspired. It's essentially, that's what I did. Because, well, the floor, this is pretty steep, as you can see. So I can't put these, but I figured this might work. And you just have to be careful to not trip over it. There are more crabs to be found here than they are mad crabs. That's the quest. So you definitely want to change the lighting to something darker. Then I'm also on the fence with those. This is bloodgrass, as in, you know, from the plane of oblivion. Like what I'm trying to go for is you have this portal. And like I'm trying to make this room more alien, more like the plane of oblivion is sort of bleeding through the portal. Am I making sense with that? So yeah, that's why I have these just around here and that door. And this lichen as well. That gives an interesting effect. Yeah. They're coming from the portal. They're sent by Sheogorath for unknown reason. And as I'm looking at it, I think I should try... We'll see if it can be done. Like, to lower the statue behind so that when you arrive, you don't get that zoom on his crotch. I don't know, I think I already made the statue as small as possible. We'll try to do something. Maybe add red light and some plants hanging from the ceiling. I have actually quite a bit hanging from the ceiling, like those vines and quite a bit of moss. This is reddish. A real sugar, is it? Could be. It's slow friendly that way. More things from the ceiling. Ooh, we'll go take a look at the house in of Ashen Blight. There's another moss. It's sort of like Daedric plants. We don't have that many Daedric plants. In fact, there's the bloodgrass. I think for now that's all there is. The crabs coming from his crotch is a great implied true. Do I leave it like that and leave people to wonder if it's on purpose? I'll see. If I have no way of moving it in a way that is like, it would be really nice to have a full-size Sheogorath behind that. I think it would look good. Better than this with the head flying about. We'll try. Okay, once you've fought those incredibly powerful mud crabs, they are not. I would like, I mean, what plants do we have that are red, orange? There's the fire fern, but this is found in the ashlands, and we're nowhere near the ashlands. We'll take a look in the construction set if there are things we can add. Alright, I have edited the script for this, and I did something I've never tried before, so it might not work. Yeah, it doesn't work as intended. And it should have played a sound as well, which is not good. I'm head and shoulders above you, Moon and Star. It's like peekaboo. I see you're quite keen on my tall Sheogorath. Added some MV rocks that come with OAB, but I'm not sure mixing the rock. Yeah, because we're in the Bitter Coast. Like anything, like if this room is slowly being taken over by the Plane of Oblivion. So I have a little bit here, but then from there up, it's just Bitter Coast. And I'm not entirely pleased with how I did the lighting. I want Daedric elements. The vanilla Daedric lighting is this, which is really, really big, or the big ass blue hanging sensors, they call them. Maybe some resource from the Doors of Oblivion. I'll have to take a look. It's a great mod, Blocky. Do check it out. I think it does most of the Planes of Oblivion with their fauna, flora. It's really well done. It's a mod made by a single person as well. It's really impressive. The last time I looked at it, like some of the textures were clearly more detailed than others, and I didn't like that. Like either I like to have everything low def or everything high def. I'm pretty pleased with my door with the Daedric wall. I'm also pretty pleased with this one because I tilted it. Yeah, Just, you know, take comfort in anything you can. And you do quests for the different Daedric Lord, and Latte is right. You do have quests in there, yes. There might be more Daedric Lord versus Daedric Lord things. Okay, so this is my dungeon. We want to get rid of the orange lighting so that hopefully these can pop a little bit more. Find a way to have more Plane of Oblivion-esque feel to this room. I like this. I think it looks like cobwebs. Though from the lore, Cinder Spark Lichen, where does that come from? Any lore buff? Because I just like the look of it. It looks Oblivion-esque to me. Also, this will look a lot better with a replacer for the scum. Okay, an idea. The Shivering Eyes have this brightly colored large mushroom, right? We take standard mushrooms, for example, Luminous Rusula, change the textures to the texture of Telvanni Dormer's orange roof, plus orange light, something like that. That's something I would be able to do. We can play along with that. You know what? I'm going to take notes because knowing myself, I'm going to forget. Okay, so for my my crab's cave, we want darker, OB inspired. They're actually, you know what? We have resources. We do have resources for Oblivion plants. I know because I made a mod already. OB inspired plants. Shrooms. That's all. Oh, and Shio's crotch. Yay or nay? There's a beta Doors of Oblivion mod and asset update on the GitHub. And why is it a beta version? Like, is it somebody who picked up the original mod and worked on it? I don't want to show you where that is. We are now going to Latte's home, the cave dwelling. That's the one. Ooh, too bright. Do I have... Oh! Back to the other one. I had my Ring of Azura on. Terrible mistake. I want to go back because I need to see it, you know, in natural lighting. It's a cave. Hidden cave. Concealed cave. How original. Okay. It's still a little too orange, right? It's still a little too orange. But you can see the highlight here from the amber light that I placed. Here. Here. Okay, it does look a bit better without a huge rework of the original mod. Okay. If that includes improving on the assets, there were a ton of new assets with the quality. And it sounds really harsh when I say that, considering that when I create a model, it's just terrible kit bashing. Okay, back to Latte's home. This is still too bright. I have to find different light source. Light source. I don't like that. Okay, what I want is... Yeah. But then at the same time, my portal is orange and I can't... Could I tweak that? Maybe. Maybe. You have to look at the model, and if it's simple enough, maybe I can play around with it. So what is Sheogorath's color? Because I don't want blue, because we already have a beautiful blue cave and like it's done. We're not gonna do better. Purple? UV map is such a pain. Oh my gosh. Dim sent me Latte's face and I tried to get the eyes better and it was such a nightmare. And Dim then improved it and it's so much better, but it must have been such a pain for him to improve it this much. He looks like a purple, true purple and yellow, right? These are his colors. We'll see what we can do. My worry with purple, it feels very Morrowind 2000, you know, light 300 when you have purple, green, and it just feels out of place. So I don't know how we can do a subtle purple. Purple and yellow. All right, we'll have to play around with that. I would really like to have Sheogorath appear. You know, it's almost like a locket, like a portrait. Pink, it's hardly better. I mean, purple and yellow makes sort of maroon, which is what I have here. All right, let's take a look at Latte's home, where I have more problems. Hello, Ketta. Oh. Yes, life hard. Teleporting to the cell. Paris, hey, welcome on in. Is Daedric as fuck? Is it? Cave dwelling is where we're going. Alright, let's take a look at Latte's home. So, Latte's home. So I've changed these. Maybe find a way to hook them better. I don't know. I've added the saplings and I've added the roots and some of the dirt. I actually really like that. Vvardenfell Sage, this is what he did. Everywhere he puts mushroom, he actually first put a little bit of dirt, so it doesn't look like the mushrooms are growing from the rock, but from that little dirt pile, which makes sense, and I really like that. So that's why I added dirt to my other cave. It totally got inspired by Vvardenfell Sage. I added this one as well, and some of the saplings. Again, I guess I'm doing always the same thing. Like, I'm trying to get the beginning of the cave to match a bit more with what's outside. And I try to make the roots sort of hug the walls the best I could. The best patience I had. See, that's the moss I was telling you about. That sort of grey moss that catches the light a bit better. Maybe we could put some of that in the other cave as well. Originally, these lights were hanging from these ropes, but I felt it was a bit of a trap, because when you're a tall character, and I'm just a Dunmer, if you're an Altmer, you sort of go boom, get the lantern in your face. So I've moved them to these. I'm still not sure I like it. Since they're in hooks, I think that they might have been hammered in the rock directly. Doors of Oblivion is required for all the Daedric Shrine overhauls. There's actually a new series of mod that overhaul the Daedric Shrines, and I still have to install it. I think it looks pretty gorgeous. Honestly, it looks pretty gorgeous. Vvardenfell Sage added this lichen, which is a static, so it's not something that you can harvest. I think I will want to add a bit more lichen in this cave. Is this too much? Like, I sort of like the roots to sort of follow the curve, but maybe that doesn't make sense. Here we arrive in the main room. I don't have my Azura's ring now. Maybe I'll make it a bit darker. I don't know what you think. Because those lanterns, they don't have a huge radius, but they're pretty bright. We're gonna make that darker as well. So home, darker. Yes, this lichen is great because it catches the light, and because it has those, you know, those white trims. I think when it's darker, it's even better. Yeah, there is very little color. So I want to add green lichen, not black because it might contrast a little too much with this, but lichen. And we can try this moss in the other cave. I absolutely adore the water features in there. So there's this one over there. With a bit of luck we can get pearls. We like that. I'll have to move them. They look out of place. They look like they are exactly the same height. They're not the same models, but the way I've arranged them, they look like, you know, they've been planted rather than just growing there. So we'll have to do something with the saplings. What's the story behind the cave lore-wise? This is the cave of my Khajiit companion. Technically he's a sage, like a sort of hermit mage sort of character. Rather peaceful, like not into fighting as much. I mean, he will have to fight because this is Vardenfell and Vardenfell is dangerous. So he's a simple guy. An entry to fight Daedra, like in the house. We have this for Ashfall. I definitely want to add containers here. Maybe I'll move this to here, so you can enjoy the view like that. Containers for pots and ingredients for sure, because we're not going to just, you know, drop every single ingredient like 1 crab meat, 2 crab meat. I mean, no. So I need containers there. And you see what I meant about the crates? Like if I put a chest, stupid Velcro. I mean, there is one chest over there. But if I start putting furniture, it's just not gonna work. I think we're gonna have to try and make furniture, essentially kit bash furniture from crates and crate lids. We're gonna do that. Because these, like that, they make pretty cool shells, I feel. I feel they make pretty cool shells. Hey Bob, is this mod compatible with OpenMW? Yes, it is. I make mods mainly for I do like having an MWSE add-on, it's true. But I have only a handful of mods that actually require MWSE. Yes, the Velcro, it's right here, it's just... And on the jumper, it's like... Anyway, that's not... So this mod is completely free of Lua or MWSE. For now. No, it is. And there's no reason, like, as much as I love, like, maybe a little too much, I love the stuff that can be done with MWSE. Love, 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 love it. But when there's no point, when you can achieve the same result with the same performance with Morrowind script, then, you know, Morrowind script. Latte, Maki, and Yato. I realized that I could have turned Latte into something that sounds a little more, you know, Khajiit. Just Latte with the apostrophe. Just the apostrophe would go a long way. But I realized that after writing all the dialogues and all the quests, and there is no way I'm going through all those lines of dialogue to add the apostrophe everywhere. I'm just lazy that way. So it's just like that, and I think it's fine. It's not too distracting. Like, I know that not everybody enjoys things that are not particularly lore friendly, but I think it's small enough that it doesn't distract, and if you don't want to see it, you don't have to see it. Why would anyone not want to see it though? So this is the armor for the player, and let's face it, it is a lot prettier. A lot prettier than that iron cuirass or steel cuirass I was wearing. This crab helmet is a model by Rubberman, and all I did was change the texture of the crystals. Originally they're soul gem models, so originally they were blue, and I don't know, I felt that these were prettier, and I changed the texture of the rings as well. They were like, it was a rope texture, and this is a little bit more like metal, and it goes with the yellow of the gems. And that's it. Teapot. This is of Ashen Blight, so normally it is compatible with Ashfall. Out of the box, we have a card game. Oh, do I add a mini game in there? Maybe not. This is not the scope. There's very little loot, but there's also very little storage. Now, if this is... Alright. How do we improve this? I'm gonna add some plants, lichens and stuff. There we go, sorry, I need to scroll down. There are programs, hey Cartoony, hello, that automate such tedious process. Yes, they are. The thing is, when you look, I can actually show you. I should have one or two extracted somewhere. Bethesda's dialogue is done in this. And it's quite a pain. You can export the dialogue, in which case it looks like... Do I have an example here? I'm gonna have an example on my desktop, I'm pretty sure. Because my desktop is a mess. I should have the friends and foes preset. No. Waivers or config. No, I removed it. Really? I decided to clean. These are the scripts. Okay. Export. You can export dialogues from the construction set, but it looks worse. Like way, way, way worse. It is a little tidier. Where did you go? I did export it to my desktop, didn't I? Yep, no, here we go. That's what it looks like, which is more bearable than... But then what it does is it also puts the topics, it also puts the IDs of the characters. And so if you just go replace all of the latte with, you know, latte with the apostrophe, for example, basically you risk breaking something if you automate it too much. And also Latte is the name of my cat, and there, the ball of grey that you see in the corner, he inspired the race and then the companion. So I decided to leave it as Latte. But yeah, definitely it could be automated in with something, you know, better. Yeah, my desktop is a mess. I'm sorry. It's true. If you add darkness over the water and mushroom, glow over the mushroom, it should come out pretty good. I don't want to... It is true that... Let's close this. It is true that we do have, in the light, we have dark light. That will make something darker. But I find that with shaders and different lighting mods, sometimes you get weird things. So I would rather really, and that's what I'm gonna do, make my cell very dark, if not completely dark. I think I already, with no sunlight whatsoever. And when you make the cell very, very dark, then you can make some things pop better in it. Let There Be Darkness is the one that disabled negative lights. Yeah. Anyway, because it can cause problem, especially if it's an indoor cell, it's a cave, it's dark. And there should be no lighting other than the one you place in there. So that's how it's gonna be. And we were going to Morrowind. Too fast. Here we go. That's a different thing. That's a different thing, Prof. In that case, that's perfectly fine, I think. So it has a purpose other than I need the place to be dark. Okay. So I think what we need to do, even though it's just a cave, I get that. But personally, when I move in a house in Morrowind, because I don't move in houses very often in real life, I like to have sort of clearly defined areas, if you see what I mean. This, for all intent and purposes, is the kitchen. So I need a shelf to put my pot and a container to put my ingredients, just that. Because this is bare minimum, right? We don't want to go crazy. This is the bedroom. The bedroom needs... What does it need? It has a tray. This is a bedside table, obviously. And this is a storage. We can go with that. I mean, this is where we eat. Is it the living room? This is the living room. I don't know. This looks like a nice table for the study, but then the study with your dirty clothes hanging, I'm not sure. But basically, we need a place to cook, a place to sleep, and a place to make potions and stuff. A convenient lodge. Yeah, that sounds good for a natural shelf. I like that. This feels like the most logical place for the study with the clothes. Like, you make a potion and you like just push the pants away. I hope they are pants rather than underpants, but you never know. I like the closed line, so I don't want to remove it. All right, we have a number of things to do already. The stove near the clothes so they dry from the heat. Oh, I like that. You see, that's the sort of thing. Some people are amazing at creating dungeons, and some people are really good at creating homes and interiors. It's a great idea. A stove to dry the clothes. I mean, the source of fire of heat is there. Then again, I wouldn't be against having 2 fire pits, one for cooking and one for tea. It's important. And one of my best memories from living in London was to have my coffee machine right next to my desk. So if we make this study, I don't mind having a little tea setup there. I think first we're going to do the plants and then worry about the furniture arrangement. And I'm still not sold on these. Like, I love the lantern. I don't know that the hook is the best thing. I think I prefer, and originally that's what Vvardenfell Storm Sage had. He had them hanging from ropes, and that looks so much better. But they're so low that an Altmer simply cannot walk on that bridge without hitting their head or having to crouch. So I can't have them on these ropes. Could I add more ropes here? You know, it would be like a safety thing. And also I would be able to add lanterns to it. And do the same here to sort of close off that area. Decisions. Tea, not coffee. Well, we don't actually have coffee. You can make tea with moon sugar, and in Asheville, it has the effect of keeping you awake. You don't need to sleep for a while. But it's still, we have guano coffee, which is, you know, it is what it is. I think this could be a good study area. Let's do the plants first. Okay. And this is Morrowind, let the armor bump their heads. Yeah, but even my Dunmer was getting it, and probably my Khajiit as well. About the name, you can just add a like, you know, actually my full name is, oh, that is so smart. I love that 7th Monday. I absolutely love that. How Khajiiti does that look? Guys, I need your help. We need something that sounds like latte, and really it's latte, not late, lat. But is longer and looks Khajiiti. What could that be? Because I'm adding it right now. Topic. This. How thankful I am to Null, and Greatness 7 has been helping also. This. Ah, such a blessing. You have no idea. So in Latte's background, he has a line. He has a line. I can easily do a choice one. Latte. Isn't that an odd name for a Khajiit? Question mark. Close. Choice one. Here we'll have the explanation. Like that, it's enough. Okay, now we need latte. I like that. Though the latte mar. Okay, I think I'm gonna use both of your ideas, guys. We go with latte mar. I'm not sure that the H looks very Khajiiti there. We have a Khajiit name generator. Do we? Do we? There is an H here, for example. It's not unheard of. No, we're not going to do Cyrillic names. There is a better name generator. There we go. Now, it's better, but it's decidedly Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online inspired, but Mozart, KH seems to be fairly common. Two or three letters, 1, 2, or 3 letters before the apostrophe. So we could have la, L apostrophe. Latte mar. Does the mar at the end feel Khajiit? I'm just looking at them until something feels like it would go nicely at the end of latte. Latte res. This doesn't feel Morrowind at all. Not one bit. Sounds good in my accent too. Then sold. I'll have to make you listen to Latte's voice, because Latte's voice is just... Actually, I can do this now. When you talk to Latte, he, like, not all of the lines are spoken for a number of reasons. Reason number one, that would be a tons of line to record. It would also be quite a bit of tedious work to add them to the dialogue, but you know, why not? It would make the archive of the mod really, really big with all the voice files, even if they're, you know, .wav. But also, I think, tell me if you agree. If you disagree, don't tell me. Also, I think that to have one NPC that is fully voiced in a game where none of them are would feel really, really weird. So instead, I've gone for something closer to Blood Moon, where the greetings are voiced, and then just a few key sentences. That's it. For example...
Latte.
No, spoiler.
Find solace in living peacefully under the guidance of Master and Secunda.
There, this part is voiced. I've got a feeling I might need to put some gain on those.
Blessing of the 2 moons upon you.
It's really not that loud.
Latte listens. Blessing of the 2 moons upon you. Is there something on your mind?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some gain on those, I think. Let's see if we compare them with... Stop the music. Nope. If we compare them with... Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Latte,
Latte is definitely too quiet. The voice acting is done by Vegeto, another fellow modder, whose loves I love. He's done quite a few, especially with Random Pal, but quite a few on his own as well. That's what I want to show you. He's done mostly models. For example, this. Like typically he does the models, and then Random Pal, who is also behind Beautiful Cities of Vardenfell, of Morrowind. plays with the models and puts them, you know, in the game. But in addition to his talent as a modder and a modeler, he also has the best Khajiit voice ever made. And he's Italian, and there's a little bit of Italian accent that is just so perfect for a Khajiit, I feel. I can make the volume is not loud enough. We can listen to a couple of lines in Audacity where I can control the volume. The thunder is vanilla. Was it vanilla? Yeah. Discard projects. No, the thunder is from Of Ashes and Blight. I just played it to sort of compare the volume.
No.
Yeah, definitely my sounds here are weaker than the others. What do we have? Go. Let's put a little bit of gain on it. Isn't it called gain? What is it called in this one? Amplify. Just want to show it be different.
You honor Latte with your visit. How can Latte serve you?
That's a bit better.
You honor Latte with your visit. How can Latte serve you?
Sounds so good. I need to find a dark elf voice actor. I want to make a Morrowind animation. There's a couple of people who do some good voices. From the Morrowind modding community, there is Ruffin, who also does like all kinds of weapons, not weapons. His specialty is really armor. Sir. There. He does almost exclusively models for armor, and it's just gorgeous. It's just really gorgeous. Give him a concept art and boom. Does a good Dunmo. There's also Cerebi that does a good Dunmo. And there might be other. That's the two people that come to mind. So there's a couple of people. Yeah, lifetime chain smoker. They can do, but it has to be so painful, right? So painful. From a while ago, I said that I wanted to make another companion, a Breton, a male Breton, because I'm French. And I have 3 brothers who are also French. And they speak good English, but they have this French accent. I can't do a French. If I try to do a French accent, I think it sounds German. I don't know. I can't do a good French accent. I do have one, obviously, but not French enough, I think. But my brothers do that most beautiful French accent, the one that everybody thinks, oh, French accent is so sexy. And so Breton male companion is something that I want to do as well. There's no way that it's Morrowind armor, and yes, yet it is. It is. It's gorgeous. And like, you want armor for your game, you go to Ruffin's there, and you just go and open everything. You go, yeah, I'll take it. Oh, yep. I like this one. I think everyone's favorite possibly is the Redoran Exile armor. It looks so good. And the best part is you can mix and match with other models. This one is also super neat. Not super keen on this part, but you know, the Ashlands, that does make sense. This one, pretty cool as well. That's the concept art it's based on. You definitely, like, go ahead. You need to check them out. I got a notification. Somebody liked my comment. Oh. That makes me incredibly popular now. Oh, I mean, definitely, because like in Morrowind, voice acting is not really a thing. There's a couple of mods, Billy Fighter, who makes wonderful absolutely wonderful quest mods. That's mostly his thing. There we go. Billy Fighter is a complete modder in the way that he's gonna make quest and rather involve quest, not hey, I need a mushroom, 2 mushroom. Okay, let's be. I need 2 mushrooms. Bring them to me, or kill this guy, or talk to that guy. Like proper quest lines and everything. He's gonna build the dungeons. He's gonna build the interiors, the exteriors. He's going to script things so you know things happen when you're in there. If you want good quest mods with plots and twists and beautiful things and also exciting things, just go ahead. There, download everything. Oh, he also does quite a few mods for Starwind. So I don't play Starwind, but this is amazing from the last Madness. This is gorgeous from the last Mud Jam. This is pretty, but this is the huge quest mod. Brilliant. Just go for it. When we did a live stream with Billy Fighter, we went through Silent Island. And like it took me 3 hours, 2-3 hours to go through the quest and the dungeon. And there were scripted events and there were Easter eggs and there was loot. Okay, I'll stop. But if you want a quest mod, you won't be disappointed with Billy Fighter stuff. There's also Just Work. This is not a quest mod, but you might like it. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, great stuff. And the reason why I was talking about him, Mickey D did lend his voice in, I don't remember which mod. Frozen in Time? I don't remember, but Mickey D lent his voice for 1 or 2 mods, for sure. I need to play some Morrowind again. Yes, Xbite, you do. You really do. And we were trying to mod. We were trying to do something and improve my mod. All right, and we did, damn it, I need to scroll up to where we were talking about Tenmar, the Tenmar forest. So we're gonna keep the Mar with a single R. Latte Mar. Latte Mar. It's good. I like that. All right. Let's go. Latte's full name is Latte Mar. But dumbos, being the dumb people we know they are, but the people of Vardenfell, Latte is nice, he's kind. So the people of Vardenfell find it hard to pronounce. So Latte chose to be Latte. That's terrible. Do you want to improve that, guys? Because you're the ones with the words. Do you play the base game or do you use OpenMW? I use Oldwind. I use Morrowind with Lua and MWSE and all that jazz. Might change someday, but too many of the mods that I cannot play without are MWSE mods, so that's the way it is. It's just that. But I can't imagine not having Ashfall. I can't imagine having a head of the classes. I mean, it's my own mod, so I'm not, you know, completely objective, but I wouldn't want to play without it. And then there's so many cool stuff. Magicka Expanded is really great with all those cool effects. Like I want them. That is full name, but people of Vardenfell find it hard to pronounce. So Latte chose to be Latte. That sounds bad. How do I finish that? Let me put it in the chat because this window, it does expand now and that's a huge improvement, but the font is what it is. This is what I have so far. Latte's full name is Latte Mar, but the people of Vattenfeld find it hard to pronounce. So Latte goes by the name of Latte. So Latte goes by Latte. Does that sound weird to have Latte too often? Like, he speaks in third. This one chose to be Latte. Thank you, Prof. Thank you. Copy. Paste. Thank you. I would like to try old Morrowind if I had controller support. That I get that completely. Personally, I've always played more on PC rather than on console. And when I played on a console, it was a Master System. So when I have a controller these days, I need to go X, press B, B. It's pathetic. And I know it's just a matter of getting used to it, but I can understand fully that for anyone who's actually used to the controller, to go back to keyboard, it feels odd, and it's just a matter of getting used to it, sure, but in the meanwhile, you want to play the game and you want to feel good. You Discord people are smart. Thank you. Double R is very Khajiit. Well, rolling the R's, which is probably why. You mean the double R at the end of Latimar? You would add it? I think I like it like that. So I like it like that. This is good. Meaning that this journal update now happens here. It doesn't change much in the game, but I like to have the journal update at the end of the conversation. Thank you so much for solving my Latte name not looking very Khajiit. This is good. Latte Mar. Latte Mar. Latte Mar. Latte. And it goes so well because the way Vegeto voiced the line, he really goes latte, like latte. So Latte Mar makes complete sense. I'm so pleased with that. Thank you. Okay, save. Now back to what I was going to do originally, which was improve the cave. First, let's go for the cave. It's called Concealed Cave. All right. First thing first, we want to go full dark. All right. We're going to add light sources, obviously. But I like the light coming mostly from this. Oh, we wanted to see if we can tweak that model. Let's find out. Data file, meshes. This is where I call this something portal. Portal activator. Let's see. I use a controller on my PC. Oh, the stretch. That's it. You've just seen Latte's butt. Congratulations. I hope you're pleased. I need a controller to overcome a disability. That's why I play. That makes sense completely. You okay? Get down. You okay? No, you don't need to groom. You're beautiful already. Chat, tell him. He doesn't believe me. Of course you're beautiful. All right. So the model is simple enough and has only one texture applied. A fire alpha. Isn't that a... Let's see what sort of VFX I have for ice. You're still terribly orange, aren't you? There's another texture somewhere. Yes. You know what other effect might be good? The shield effect. If we're going for purple, what is the name of the shield effect? Maybe I should just go with that. Visual effects and look for shield. Levitate is purple as well. We like that. I think we like that. And these are vanilla textures. Latte really looks very noble. Yeah, he's got the looks for sure. My cat looks like a zucchini covered with sawdust, for example. And the description that you make is really, really not flattering. But yeah, Latte has the looks, not the brains, but the looks he's got. And he's just super fluffy. When you can bring yourself to move your eyes away from Latte, what do we think of this purple? We like it, don't we? I like it. These lights are too orange though. This statue is already reduced as small as I can make it. I can't make this. I could make it smaller if I go to Nifscope. I have two options. Option number one is I take that model and I just make it, hey Voig, welcome back. I take that model and I just make it smaller. That's it. So it's exactly the same thing in Nifscope. It's super easy to do. Second option, I bring it down, but I put some sort of altar. And now we don't see the crotch anymore though. Yeah. Yeah. We'll change these. Let's take you, for example. Did I make you very small already? No, perfect. This is different, but this also highlights the crotch. Maybe a little too much. A little more elegant this way. All right. So we get this sort of effect. True, with a simple scale, you're right. You're right. Dwarf or Gorath. But the script has to run periodically to prevent a size reset. That's how I made the tiny flesh-eating beetles. Which is not a problem because it's a single cell. The player will be there once and then never again. So having a script that refreshes itself is not an issue. Oh, we can have the music back. It's very quiet now. Let's see what scale looks like. We want mud scale. If it's a tribunal thing. I don't know. I like the fact that he sort of occupies, you know, the whole place. When I'm here. Decisions. Also, something that definitely did not work in my script. I don't think I heard this. When I touched the portal and it disappeared, it didn't make a sound. And then oh, I didn't put the place at me? I didn't. But I didn't hear the sound. I think. Maybe I had the music and I was not paying attention, but I would be surprised. Alright, I want to see this in game. It's very likely that we'll go with either the model option or the script option. Let's see. Or make it huge so that there's only the head. That's a good idea as well, because it sort of echoes with what Sealov did in the other. Let's try that. And also I would have to do something, you know, so that the face comes out. I mean, already just this is pretty cool. Make you bigger and lower. I will probably push. Let's move the moss. And actually you can stay there. Yeah, I like the option of the head. Maybe bigger. Let's go as big as it can get. More into the rock. We can add rocks around here so it feels like he comes out of the wall. Yes. Thank you for the idea. I love that. I like that. Especially because first it looks crazy, like a big ass head, and also it echoes with the other dungeon. So I like that. Very, 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 very much. Do I want to move the portal further behind? Because we have so much space there. Good. Now the problem of this. Do we have a static for one without the light? These two have a flame going on. Yeah. But of Ashen Blight adds some, what do we have? The bottom of Azura, Malakath, actually the bottom of Shilgorath, which is a broken Shilgorath. Hey, just in case you were like, oh, we don't have Shilgorath crutch anymore, you could have had the bottom for a change. Brazier out. Yes, I knew there was one. Brilliant. And you are called AB Fern. There we go. And now suddenly it's very dark. Suddenly my dungeon is dark the way I wanted it. It's a bit too dark. It's a bit too dark. What we want is purple flame, which we can do something that is pretty close. There is a blue flame in the game. Big blue light, blue, I don't think it's blue light. Flame light blue, I don't think that's the one, is it? That's just a light. That one. So we have two options. How bright are you? Not extremely bright, but what we're gonna do is make our own light. Make it more to something we want and see what it looks like. It might be disgusting. Yeah, because the model itself is blue, even if we make it emit purple light, I don't think it makes a big difference. I don't like it. I think an option that I would prefer is get a big purple candle. You're not purple, are you? You're really not purple, or... Oh, I see. It is purple, but the light is not. But I think I prefer something like that. So my purple light here. We're not going to need you. This thing with the lights where it's... I don't know, it's something with the model of the lights. Now, what if... How big are you? We'll make it slightly more purple. Not so much so it doesn't become, you know, like a rainbow. Though a rainbow of madness would work, but I think that's a better look. What do you think, guys? You know what oops. I keep forgetting to not do that. You know what I realized though? All my vegetation where I went for green, brown, it's all wrong. It's just, unless I focus on this room. By the way, the purple light when I with my little flowers there, they really don't show. These really don't show. But that gives me an idea. You know how I didn't like the look of that? Oh wow, they really pop purple now. Yeah, that's always the test. It's funny because the light is literally coming from within the candle because it has the flame here, and like this produces a yellow light. Because if I remove this, now we're purple. I don't want to do purple lights, I think. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Because like I'm okay with purple candles, but I don't want purple light. It's just not natural. It's just not. I think. I don't want purple light. So you can be like a normal candle, which is kind of here-ish. Darker, probably. Then it doesn't look purple. A candle of soul trap. Put a normal candle on top of it. I love this though, it looks great. Okay. Okay. I think I can't type, but don't worry about that. Here's what we can do. I think maybe we can get the purple candle because the candle itself is purple. I don't want it to do purple light because I like the purple glow, but it's not my dungeon. It's for me it feels too much. But if I add a tiny purple light, basically just enough for the purple of my candle to be visible. Maybe go even more vibrant. Yeah, I think I like that better. Because you see the candle is purple, so it matches with the portal, but it doesn't give off a weird light. Where do you come from? Clearly a model I forgot to remove. Okay, that's good. There you are. The I'm struggling because with the latest update, the controls have been switched somehow. Okay, also, what are you? Power hum, you're way too low. Can be here. And what are you? Power hum. We're gonna have to take a look in there. Hello, Delphus. And Foot of Alexa, it's been a while. Welcome back. Mostly because it's been a while since I've been online. I was just looking at how to hook up my Xbox controller for Blender so it works like Halo Forge control in Blenders. And is it possible? Get on. So tired. Yeah, I like the purple here. Also, it goes with the purple of the Daedric, you know, architecture itself. So I'm fine with that. How do I make this pop without, you know, looking terrible? Maybe we can do a thing like this. I'm trying to replace, you know, my little Daedric thingy over there. Ah. Right, that was a terrible spot for my experiment. But maybe I can use this to replace those. The problem, like one of the reasons why the light is so hard to get here is because it goes down. Cave wind, you can stay. Because it goes down, so having light sources that are on the floor is weird. Okay, I have another weird idea. No, it's just too weird. I think I need to, there seems to be support. Sorry, there seems to be support around it. Haven't tried it yet, so it goes on to-do list. Ah, the infamous to-do list. It's just that list that never stops. Let's see if I can replace this in a good way. Would it be too crazy if I say, well, the lights, the candles are upside down? Or this is what you can expect from the Prince of Madness. This is actually a better base, I think, for my... because it allows for the floor to not be perfectly, like it there, perfectly even. Let's take a look. I'm just so annoyed that I put all the green accent on the vegetation, and I can't think of a good way to make it pop. We can try to make the bloodgrass pop because it's Oblivion-esque in nature. Let's see without the light. So this would be a little purple, but I don't mind. I don't mind that. Thank you so much for the what happened. I follow. I was so focused on my light. Thank you so much for the follow. I didn't catch your name, but welcome on in. That's the important thing. Right, I'm gonna put little purple lights on all my bloodgrass, and I'm also hoping that it's gonna make this white spider web looking plant also pop a little more. Yes, it does. I like that. Okay. My purple tiny is working. Wow, Elder Scrolls. Is that from the Elder Scrolls Online? I don't recognize that particular track. What do you say, YouTube? You don't give me the individual tracks. I think it might be Elder Scrolls Online because I don't recognize it. Another one here. If it looks good, then I will add more. It is from Skyrim. See, I haven't played enough Skyrim. Clearly. Oh, Silaf, I feel sorry for you. I hope you're listening and not watching because this is incredibly painful. Oh, one feature that I absolutely adore with the new construction set. And it's just so amazing. You take a model, say this one, and you know, X you move up and down, sorry, Z you move up and down, left, right, and then on the Y axis, the addition of the axis is really nice, but even better, you press Alt, and then it's moving. You see, it's detecting the surfaces and it's moving accordingly. This is like such a lifesaver, like time saver, not so much life as time. It's just amazing. You haven't played, oh, you listen to the, this is a good soundtrack when modding, right? This is so good. Alt, boom. So this is together an F and then angle in the way that you want. Bring it down a little bit. Which is how I was able to do this much. If it had been with vanilla where you go like, okay, let's go a little more like this. No, too much. I think I would have gone crazy. Right? Oh, and for somebody like you who actually takes the time to detail and clutter, it must be godsend. What is my favorite race to play in Morrowind? Shady Daryl, that is a difficult question. I mean, because Morrowind, I do like the Dunmers, but in practical terms, to be honest, my very first character was an Imperial. I didn't know how cool the Dunmers were. Okay. And then I've played a lot of Breton, simply because there was a particular Breton face and hair, and they were simply the best looking ones. Thank you so much for the follow. Is that because I answered your question properly? And then I go on about saying how I actually played Imperial for the first time, and then tons of Breton because it was the only pretty face. And then came Blood Moon and there were some pretty Nord faces, so I played Nord a little bit. And then we could mod, and I tried different races. The races that I really didn't like for a very, very long time were the beast races. I didn't find them very pretty. In fact, I didn't find them pretty until I played the Elder Scrolls Online. That's where I fell in love with the look of the Argonian and the Khajiit. And then looked at mods, and now I can play an Argonian or a Khajiit. That's how it is. Okay, but we're not doing this. But this, guys, this is so amazing. It doesn't work with the mushrooms. Like, it doesn't work with, you know, the brown mushrooms, the Banglusbane and the Hiva fascia, because you have your rock there and it puts the mushroom like that, but you want it like that. So yeah. Oh, but maybe I simply haven't experimented enough. Let's experiment with a mushroom. We'll do that on the other side. So I have my mushroom, and if I do this, like, it goes flat against the surface. But now I'm wondering if I do this, yes. And precisely for these mushrooms, we want to snap it with Y, I assume. Wrong. There we go. Oh, bummer. I mean, yes, I can do it this way. Oh, there's got to be a way to make it work. Y minus. Yes. Oh, I am going to put these mushrooms everywhere from now on. Okay, well, we've learned something. We might do this later. For now, I think we need to go in game and take a look at those purple candles and decide whether that's what we want or not. And we keep the big Sheogorath face. Let's take a look. Wow, guys, 2.5 hours of modding and I've done nothing. But you guys came up with great ideas. So basically, the only good modding that has been done for now is the one that you told me to do. Not a good idea to load a cell that with... Okay, this looks good. This looks purple. Oh, I'll have to adjust that. Oh, but I love the little purple lights. I actually pulled the little purple lights on the blood grass. Makes it look a little more purple, which is good. And it makes the lichen pop a little bit more as well. So I really like that. I really like that. Am I wearing my... Yes, I am. I like this better than what I had. I wish the candle looked more purple still. We'll see if we can make that better. Yeah, I like that. I like that lichen. But I don't want to have it all the way up here. Like, I need this to look more like, you know, the purple is coming out of the portal. That's what's happening. Oh, but no. Because of the textures that I've changed here, we don't actually see any to light up Sheo's face. I think it's because it's too dark. Yeah, it's because it's too dark that we don't see the face behind. So I'm going to light up Sheogorath's face. So, you know, we see it through the portal. Yeah, there was no sound. There's supposed to be a sound. And I think I'm gonna have to align the portal a bit better. Or actually no, align the face better with the purple. Okay, here's what we need to do. Align the face, make the face glow. give Sheogorath a glow up, basically. Literal glow up. Move those candles, like basically just center them, possibly make them a little smaller so they don't show. And play with the purple some more. So I'm reasonably happy with this part. We can purplify it a little more. I know I just discovered how to make those mushrooms look cool without, you know, playing with them and tweaking them. Just put them on the surface. But I am thinking that maybe I want to get rid of the brown and go all green. The bitter coast is green. It's got the blue mushrooms. Oh, crap. I need the blue mushrooms. I need the blue mushrooms because the blue mushrooms, on top of being pretty, we know that. We're not going to do seal of blue mushroom pretty, but it's still going to be pretty. We're going to do blue mushrooms, and the blue transitions quite nicely and smoothly into a purple. I think if we start with the blue that we expect from the bitter coast and the caves that have luminous russula and violet comprinus, we can go a little harder with the purple because the transition is going to be smoother. Oh, all these mushrooms that I hand placed. I'll remove them. I mean, maybe I can leave them. It's not like they look ugly. They're barely noticeable. But yes, we're going blue mushroom. Do you approve, guys? Line up the face. Fix the candle and make them a little more purple if we can. Got it. Got it. How do I make the candles look more purple? Maybe if I have the purple light. Sea Love, when you do your dungeon, do you sort of what is it called? Crap. Do you just move things like that and you go, okay, that's good? Or do you use this one to be super clean to the thousandths? Freehand? Hand free? I can't think of the word right now. I am thinking if I get the purple light to go from the candle. The candle is still a little bit too yellow for my taste. Well, now it looks good. Now it looks good. Bummer. I'm going back to the candle actually emitting purple light, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. You think it's fine? Say yes. So if people complain when I publish it varies. Sometimes I want to be very exact and I use the winter. Other times I'm fine just moving with the cursor, but I have no rule for it. Are you making good use of the new snapping feature? Which I only remembered today, to be honest. Otherwise, I didn't think of it. This is gonna be so good. Let's have you centered. Alright, I'm keeping the candles purple. Meaning that these lights can make them a little more vibrant. Like so. You haven't used, try it. Like, I think it's helpful for most modders. I think in your case, when you handle so many references, so many objects, at the same time, when you have a flow, for me, when I want to rotate something, I'm going, okay, let's try Z and see how it rotates. And so it's like lottery every time. I am liking the purple color we have here. I am liking it. Goes nice with the Daedric vibe. So much so, I'm thinking that the scum that I put beneath might not be good. Just exactly, yeah. With or without the scum? I think I like it better without. In fact, I would remove all or most of the Bitter Coast flora from here, which is really 2 ferns, some of those wooden things sticking out. Makes no sense without the scum. What do you think, chat? With or without the scum, which is this? If I keep it, well, I keep the green around. If I don't keep it, then maybe I can make a path of this coming from, oh, that's good. I can make a path of, oh, but they're containers. I would make them into statics because we don't want it to be a harvest fest. I would make them statics and have like the sort of the contagion come out from the portal. I need you to decide. So if people complain and say, that makes no sense, why would you put that in your mod? I say, I didn't want to. It's a Twitch chat. They made me. It's perfect explanation. Why, you don't get to see much of Latte right now, do you? It's more like, oh, it's a cat. Just so you know, it's a cat. So we remove it. I'm going to keep the green hanging from the ceiling. I think that is fine. I'm thinking crazy things. I'm thinking of using this because it's a great... It's not really a light source, like it doesn't bring light around it, but it looks good. And what do I put instead? Obviously the crystals sort of work. They're connected with magic, so why not? And they are the proper color also, which is fine. And OAAB has different crystals, different shape, but they keep the vanilla texture. Those models. Wow. Yeah. Like, that's the difference. So we're gonna go with these because they are really, really, really pretty. Let's go shopping and look at the shapes we have available. Wow, the two of them together look good. Oh, I really like those. They almost look like flowers. I have no idea how big they are. I'm guessing they're very, very big. Okay, how big are you? Huge big? Massive big? Pretty big. They look so good. I don't know what to do with my water. Like, I put the water here on purpose because I love... yes, they're also beautiful. Beautiful replacer for the crystals. I want to use the crystals. We do have a collection of smaller crystals. And they are exactly the same but smaller, so I don't need to shrink them. When I saw this model, it made me think of a crystal flower, basically, and I thought it might look very pretty on the lichen. Detector Monkey, welcome on in. Were you 6? Yeah. Because that looks pretty. It makes me sad because placing that grass took way too long. way too long. What do you think of the idea of crystal flowers? I got a painting. You mean the one there? Looks a little bit like that, doesn't it? Latte? No, he's fast asleep, so this is all you get to see. His lovely, furry back. Solid Victor's boy, welcome on in. I think I might get rid of the water altogether. I quite like the way the purple light reflects, or you know, shines on the Daedric architecture. Thank you so much for the follow. It's the seal, isn't it? It's the pet seal. I'm not surprised. All right. Now, I said we need to light up Sheogorath. How do I light him up without lighting too much? I'll have to think about it. A seal with a very bushy tail. And the best part, let's see if I can. Oh. Tail itself is so tiny. You okay, Kitten? Yes, okay. I've never seen my cat wet, but I'm pretty sure we'd think, oh my god, this cat is ill, dying. Feed him quick. You don't. Let me see. There we go. Bushy tail exposed. Alright, I'm not progressing much, am I? I want the crystals. I think the crystal, they look good. If the player has very good lighting, they will see the crystal for the purple that they are. And if not, it reflects very pretty with the light that we have here. I need to clean up a few things. A while ago, what did I see? There we go. A cooking pot stuck there. We don't want that. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do on the side. I'm gonna put pieces of Daedric ruins, like rubble. That's gonna work best. Getting hungry, yes, because it's almost 9. We haven't made progress. I do have loads of ideas. I love the portal. But I thought I was ready to publish this mod, and I think there's gonna be a few more hours to get it to what I want it to be. And I blame you, Sealof. I was perfectly happy with my little cave. I was like, oh, it's cute. It's and then I saw yours, and I was like, yeah, I can't have those two dungeons side by side in the same mod. It's just not gonna work. And now we're making flower crystals. That's what's happening. I'm looking at static. Happy to be. It's only fair. Like, you were so kind to make a dungeon for me to pour hours and like it's 100 times more than anything I could have done, as very obvious here. So it's only fair that, you know, I feel I have to make some work after giving you work. All right. We go shopping. I don't know those pieces well enough. Do we want to use bits of Shogora? No, doesn't make sense. We have the head there, that's fine. So let's go shopping for Daedric stuff. Bridge and column sound good. Column with spikes, sure. Connection with cave mold, but I made my special wall, so I'm keeping it like that. These are rooms. I don't want a shaft. Half wall could be interesting, and then from the vanilla pieces, this is going to be gigantic, but that could work. Oh, these are the outside pieces. They're going to be huge. Rubble pointy. My shopping. Okay. From all of these, I'm definitely not using this. I mean, it is massive, but it could be shrunk, and it could make a room out of my platforms here. See what I mean? To have, oh, this is gonna block. I can move it anyway. to have those pillars here, maybe. I keep you on the possible shopping list. Oh, this is a gorgeous platform. Way more beautiful than the one I used. In fact, something like this. It's good. All we need to do is sort of center it a bit better. Sorry, a bit better. Like so. My portal like so. And up. How are we doing with the face? The face is too low now. It's good. Now I think it looks like a proper altar sort of thing. Like first I had, you know, those stairs coming up. Now they're almost gone. I like that. Look at that verticality. No? You don't think Dag will be impressed with that? Darn. I mean, this is a very popular piece. I like it. I might use it. Are you the half wall? No, you're the bridge. It's too much. The sensor that's out now. We have our own lighting after much experimenting. Yeah, this is there. What are you? Oh, a bookshelf. That's just not going to fit for what we want. Looks good. It's very slow progress. I do like these pieces. I think they... In fact, they're probably better than this big one. But with this, I feel we don't need columns here anymore. It's a shame. I like this piece. I'm going to put it aside just in case we find a use for it. What else do we have? This is the half wall. This is usually used as a table. You're on your way, Joseph. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for the suggestions and the ideas. They're super helpful. This is maybe too much of a ruin. I like this piece, not this piece. No, this is not good. We don't want a Daedric forge. We don't want Daedric furniture. I mean, it looks great, but it's not what we want for this place. Not the chair. Classic rubble. More rubble. More rubble. Destroyed sword. Furniture. Destroyed weapon. This could be a neat pedestal for crystals, though. I've also been modding all night, and I finally finished the model of the interior tile set. What are you modding? I don't remember seeing any screenshots on Discord. Is it a secret project? All right, from our shopping spree. I like the half wall. I like this piece as well. It's just, I'm not sure I want it to look like a ruin. So all those pieces, like bits of Daedric ruin, I don't like it. Because it's an old place, maybe, probably. But it's been, you know, protected from the elements and all that. Hopefully the scripting is not super hard. Scripting is always super hard unless you know how to code, which is not my case. Oh, this is Oblivion. I recognize that, at least. Okay, I think first thing first, I'm removing the water. It makes no sense. Sound cave drip? No. Rocks. I made a pea cave. Why did I pick a pea cave? I have no idea. I think rather than try to put things to fill this in, I'd rather put rocks, like natural rocks. And get rid of this one. Like to slim the room down, it basically is what I imagine right now. So, Daedric shopping. I'm keeping these pieces. I've always liked that piece, to be honest. Because it's so iconic of a Daedric ruin place. What a shame. My ceiling is too low. I'm leaving it there, just in case. Maybe this one, because I like it. And this one. Everything else, let's clean up. We're not gonna need it. Green grass, I think I have enough. I'm actually thinking of removing it. Okay. Do you have like some useful platform, gravel, platform, ramp, rock, rocks? This is what I want. The textures feel a lot different. No, or maybe it's because of my lighting. But yeah, it's clearly a lot darker. Darn, I was really hoping to... Then again, if I put a lot of them... We're just shopping for the time being. They all feel a little too dark. Almost like a, a volcano. So this could be good. This and this. Alright, what else do you have? Spikes. Well, they're short, they look gorgeous. And I suppose it's fine that in my last room they look more burnt, like coming from a plane of oblivion. I'm so glad you made me change the color. Like, purple is so much more iconic. Yeah, this room is just going to be much darker than the rest. I have to rework my moss, which, to be fair, I sort of put randomly against the walls. There. I just don't want it to be on this bit. Okay. Try the columns, will shop. I never, you know, like a good modding practice, I feel, is to take all your pieces and line them up, so that when you use them, you copy them, you paste. But that happens all the time. I take them out, I go shopping and I go, ooh, pretty. And I go and try to place it. Terrible, terrible. Columns. P, I think I skipped them or not. Gravel columns. Here we go. I am surprised the contrast between all of these. Like, I feel that these are darker than the vanilla one, and these are clearly lighter as well. Hey, murdercrats. But these, yeah, definitely. How you doing, murdercrats? Too many pieces. Like, I like the models. I mean, they're definitely rather phallic. I don't like the colors. I don't like the color. Then again, they catch the light better than this color, no doubt. Decision. I'm doing fine as well. As always, when I decide to mod during the stream, I talk a lot and I don't mod enough. But I also get all sorts of ideas from you guys. So I'm doing good. Oh, today. I've had the most fun today. Well, no, in the morning I was working. I taught 4 classes. The first one was at 8 o'clock on a Sunday. It's a bit rough, especially when yesterday at 1:30 I was modding. This, putting, you know, all the grass that we just removed. That's what I was doing at 1:30. And you like my Stargate? It's good, isn't it? But look. I think that's a pretty good view. You know what? Since I'm not entirely sure with the rocks and the textures and the color in particular, let's take a look in game. See if I'd rather use the lighter set, the darker set. I don't know that I want to mix them up in the same room. I'm kind of leaning towards the darker set, but we've discovered the 7th Daedric symbol. Is it the phallic symbol I was talking about? Quick sec. Alright, that's good. Yeah, this is much better. I'll have to, this still has the second purple one. I'll remove it. I'll put blue mushrooms here to get my blue. I'll change this, my blue to purple transition. Do I still have the water? Yeah. The vines are gonna have to go because, like, I'm trying to get, you know, a site. Yeah, but with an extra, what did they call them? Chevron. With an extra chevron, we can dial to another galaxy. Right, Sheogorath, I didn't put light behind it. I'm gonna have to move the head up because the portal is higher, so my alignment is all wonky. I really like the effect of the purple light on the lichen. I think it's cool. Now I'm thinking that the blood grass is a little out of place. So my plants in this room are going to be lichen and crystal flowers. That's it. It's gonna look proper, out of this world. I'm gonna remove that. Yeah. Now the real question, do we want to use these models or these models? Oh, shield, there you were. Spirit Torrent, hey, perhaps we will find the Dwemer there. I mean, yeah, maybe. Alright, I'm very, very pleased with the new direction. It breaks my heart a little that I'm going to remove all the vine and the moss that I placed ever so slowly and painfully. Not painfully, painstakingly, that's the word. To see the column in action, check the screenshot from the new OAA Big Raisement. You mean like how they used properly? Not like that. I think I'm leaning towards these pieces. I feel I will be able to mold the room a little better and with fewer pieces because I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm gonna slim the room with those so that we have, you know, a proper focus on Sheogorath. I'm gonna add these and those and remove the moss and the green thing. Might add some of that grey lichen that we had in the cave. I like it because it's gonna look good with the purple tones that we have without being like purple. But are you a single rock? Yes, you'll be gone. But the thing that annoys me is, why would there be some grey moss and lichen here and in Latte's cave? Like, what are the odds? So I think I should use it in one or the other. And since Vardenfell Storm Sage picked the grey lichen in the cave, I think I'm going to leave it there. That was funny. You just turn off the portal and Sheogorath appears in front of you with the expression of face. Dude, my portal? Why? Come on. I mean, do they actually glow in artificial light? You mean the crystals? The lichen? Also, I'm going to replace the lichen with a static. I don't want this to become Ooh, the effect of the lichen is light, I can tell you. More? No, this is bloodgrass. Yeah, I'm going to make it a static. Ready? I mean, it looks pretty with light too. But no, the model themselves in the dark, they're just dark. However, the other moss teleport. The other moss that I was talking about, this one, but especially the lichen, this one, this one has, even in a dark area, it has its own little white accents. Crap, and now I feel this is empty. Like in terms of this is cute. I'm definitely happier with the lighting. Yeah, I'm not putting lights on the mushroom. Okay, better take notes because there's work to do. My lichen, I'm going to make it a static. It depends on the lore. I'm not entirely sure where it's coming from. It looks like something that would be in the Plains of Oblivion. But since I plan to put quite a bit on it, I don't want all of them to be harvestable. That's my main thing. Well, so much work to do just for you guys. Here we go. Latte, Maki, and Yato. Ooh, should I change? I should change that. Because Latte explains why he goes by Latte, but there's no way he would put Latte. I know, but I have to keep it for the pun. I mean, pun. Too much of a word. And of course, here, our very own Blob, currently sleeping. Oh, sorry. Did you recognize your name when I said Blob? We'll take that as a yes, of course. You're being cute, being adorable. It's only because you're on camera, isn't it? Yeah. Eyes closing. Just trying to make a good impression on you guys. Yeah, I'm not so disappointed that I removed the water from the other dungeon because it's a lot prettier here. So, good. And here, I'm still thinking about adding a rope here and a rope here and a pole there, which makes this area not accessible. That is very phallic in the middle of the water. Oh well. Maybe I'm the only one who sees that. Especially with the tip sticking out. Guys. Oh well. Oh well. Alright. I think we're going to call it today. And who knows, maybe by next week, Latte's mod will be complete and we will be able to play it. Who knows? The version that is currently on the Nexus, it's all in my head, it's just me. Sorry. The version that is on the Discord, both in mine and MMC, Latte is complete. He has his quest up to the big finale. I was pretty pleased with what I managed to do. It doesn't have the house, but it has a Sea Loves dungeon. And it has my original sad little dungeon. I mean, currently it is still a sad little dungeon. But we know it can and will be so much more. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do here. I'm going to remove the moss and then I can have bits of Daedric things sticking out from the ceiling. It will be great, guys. You'll see. Oh. Now you know why Latte is so gorgeous. It's because when he's not sleeping, he's grooming. I know, so much fluff. Hard to take care of all of that. Guys, I'm gonna stop being silly for a second. And there we go. Stop being silly for a second. Thank you all for spending time with me and watching me not even play Morrowind. He is adorable. Aren't you, Latte? You're cute. Just too busy, too busy. thank you for spending time with me, guys. It was a pleasure. Do look forward to this mod. It will happen very, very soon. Just as soon as I implement the ideas that we came up with, and hopefully do not come up with new ones, because it's never ending. Until then, have a good time, and I'll see you soon. If not here, then on Discord, where you can show me what you've been doing. And that's it. Have a good night, guys.